Anthony Hartwig here with a Struthers volleyball player profile. I'm joined by senior Jessica Hughes. Jessica, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And senior year, what's it kind of been like? You know, there was so much uncertainty in the summer of whether or not there'd be a volleyball season. Then you finally get one, but it looks a little different. So what's it kind of been like going through your senior year so far?
It's been extremely different for the past 3 years. Like, everything is so weird. Wearing masks on the sidelines of games, wearing masks off of practice. Like, it's all different, but I just take it day by day, and I'm so grateful that we get to be on the court and have a season so far.
What kind of things did you do during the summer to kind of keep yourself mentally prepared with the uncertainty going on?
Really, I just told myself, take it day by day. Listen to what news is coming, try and keep your hopes high just to ensure that we have a season.
As a senior, you know, you kind of get the scope of the team. How was the team handling the summer and the uncertainty of the summer?
I think we've all handled it pretty well. I know a bunch of our seniors were nervous that we weren't going to have a season, but I just kept telling them, keep our heads up. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, we just have to do something different with it.
What
But
was the feeling like when you guys finally got the green light and you knew there was going to be a season, and now the reality set in? Hey, we got to go to work.
yeah, it was extreme joy throughout all of us because every single person on my team, we all love the sport. It's something that we do when we're in season, when we're out of season. It's something we all love. So it's definitely been great having the green light to go and play with the season all year round.
Were you surprised at all that volleyball was deemed a low contact sport?
Yes and no. I know like that we don't have contact with the other team, but I know face to face at that net there, you can be 6 inches away from somebody else's face. So I don't know. I was a little
When
shocked.
when you got the green light, what were some team goals that you guys set right off the start that you wanted to accomplish this year?
We definitely said that we wanted to make the best of the season with what we're given. Uh, go for that winning record, play as a team, because I feel like our team bonding has gotten so much better since the beginning of the summer to now. We have been extremely better at communicating on the court, and that's a goal that we set for ourselves.
I like that you brought that up because I think the COVID-19 situation gave teams a chance to bond a little bit closer. Did you kind of feel that with your team, that it gave you guys a chance to get closer than ever?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
What kind of things did you do team chemistry wise to kind of stay close but 6 feet apart, but you know, try to keep the chemistry high and keep the tight knit group together?
Most of us, we're all super close. We're a tight knit team. So we talk every day about whether it's volleyball, whether it's not volleyball, whether it's our personal lives or not. We all keep in really close contact. We're all close friends. We we've gone to go get ice cream together and just like had our team bonding moments there.
What is the personality of Struthers volleyball like? If you had to kind of describe Struthers volleyball to a stranger,
Uh, I would say hardworking, dedicated, but kind. If I had to give a
you
personality to it.
guys, you guys play in a really tough NE8. There's a lot of good programs in there. Lakeview's obviously been dominant over the last couple of years. Gerard's really good. South Range is really good. Poland's got the ability to scrap a game across. Hubbard's on the upswing. And then
Yeah.
it's you guys. I mean, there's so many teams that are competitive. What's it like playing in that league?
I like it because I'm not a person to want just an easy game. I like to be in the game. I like it to be competitive. I like to work hard when I'm on the court. So it's definitely something that it's not an easy conference to be in, but it's still a lot of fun and it just makes it all the more better.
How is there anything that's happened so far this season that maybe you didn't expect, or maybe there were obstacles from COVID-19 that you didn't think would be big obstacles? What are some of the differences that you've had to kind of grapple?
Um, just like the whole rule thing of having to sit 6 feet apart from our teammates when we're off on the sidelines or when we're doing introductions in the beginning, like we can't run through, we can't high five really, just it's hard to keep encouraging each other when you can't like give that physical contact to one another. So that's been something hard to endure because I'm somebody who I love to stay positive, love to cheer people on. And when they do make a mistake, I tell them like, hey, you got the next one. Don't worry about it. So being able to do that from a distance has been a little bit of a difficulty for me, but I think I've made it work. And same thing with my girls too.
Right, and so many volleyball teams like to huddle after every point. Obviously can't do that anymore. What kind of things I mean, I'm sure your team has gotten very creative in ways to build each other up, social distancing wise.
Yes, we have. We've started the foot five. So instead of giving somebody a high five, we'll hit each other's feet together because we can't do contact through skin. So that's been something we've started to do now.
What were some personal goals you set for yourself coming into this season that you wanted to achieve?
Um, a personal goal for me would just be put my heart out on the court just because it's my last season at Struthers High School and I want to make the most of it as I could. And I wanted to bring our team closer together and really ensure that we have the best season that we possibly can. It's been a personal goal of mine.
What makes you proud to represent Struthers High School and that you get to wear the red and be a Wildcat and kind of go in and rep your team every time you get to put that uniform on?
Just the culture through the high school and the team, it just makes it an amazing place to represent. Because when I walk through the hallways, even at school, everybody's happy. Everybody's so excited to be there and things like that. So that's something that it's just amazing to walk through another school's gym and be able to wear the red and black and say, hey, I'm from here. And it's just a great feeling.
You guys get to play in one of the more iconic gyms in the whole area, the Struthers Fieldhouse. I mean, there's nothing quite like it. What's it like playing home games there, and what are you going to miss most about it?
Um, what I'm going to miss most is definitely just being with my girls on the court because we've been playing since we've been in 7th grade. So moving up from that little itty bitty middle school gym to that big field house was intimidating at first because it can hold so many different fans. And while having all those people walk in on your games, it's scary in that field house. So I feel like I've officially like gotten used to it and it's not as terrifying now just because when I'm on the court, I'm not paying attention to how big the field house is or how many people are in that gym. I'm head in the game at all times.
And when people talk about the field house, they have to bring up the concession stands. It's they got some good food down there. You know,
Field.
what's your maybe during boys basketball? What's your go-to concession stop at the field house?
Cool. I normally get popcorn and some type of Twix or the Airhead Extremes and a Gatorade. That's my go-to.
Nothing beats Struthers popcorn. There's just something about it. It's different. It's
That
different.
cotton candy is always good.
Yes. I love watching the little kids come out with the cotton candy. Their parents are just rolling their eyes. Like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, that used to be me as a kid at my sister's games. So that
Talk
feeling.
about your coaching staff and what it's been like to work with them and how they've helped you grow as a player and a person.
Our coaching staff with Coach Manning and Coach Masai, it's strong. We have a strong coaching staff. They have always been there for us when we need our help, when we need their help throughout anything. They're always right there to encourage us, tell us what we're doing wrong so we can fix it. And it's great to actually have a consecutive coach now because my freshman year and my sophomore year were 2 different coaches, and we've had Coach Manning and Coach Masai for the past 2 years. So that's been great just having both of them and having consistency now.
You know, last season we covered a couple of teams that was like that. They finally got a coach for a second year, and they could see legitimate growth in their team when they had consistency there. Do you see that too?
Yes, I do. I see a lot of growth.
What kind of ways, if you had to look at freshman Jessica compared to senior Jessica, where have you changed and grown the most?
I would say I've grown in my personality on the court because as a freshman, I played up on varsity. So I was playing with girls that I had never met in my life, and I was super timid, super scared of everything. And now when I walk on the court, I'm sometimes obnoxious. I'm always loud, always doing something. I'm not timid anymore. I've grown confident on the court now.
Playing up as a freshman can be intimidating. Who were some upperclassmen back then that took you under their wing and helped you grow as a person while you were a freshman playing up on varsity?
I'd have to say our setter, Sophia Jackson, really took me under her wing and just showed me the ropes. And our libero, Gianna Schiavi, she really helped me feel at home on that court when I was with them, those two specifically.
And I love hearing that it's a setter because that is a setter's job to make sure the hitters are comfortable and the hitters know what they're doing. Talk about your setter now and what it's like getting set by who you're getting set by, and the relationship between hitter and setter. It's a unique thing in sports.
It is. Well, we have two setters. My relationship with our one setter, Dianna Zemborn, it's strong. We're close in ways. She's a year younger than I am, so she's a junior. So I've played with her for 3 years. We've kind of gotten to know each other. And our other setter, Liasia Cornaldi, I'm close with her too. I take her to practice all the time. We've gotten close off of the court, which is great. It's a great feeling.
So you guys run that 6-2 rotation, something that you're starting to see a little bit more in high school. What are the advantages of that 6-2?
Having 3 hitters in the front row at all time is always nice because we can get that big block on the outside and in the middle if we need it. And it's great because you have diversity within the hits that you can take.
When the season's over and you have to kind of reflect on your volleyball career, what are going to be some of the memories that you treasure with Struthers Volleyball that maybe last forever?
It's hard to pick just one because there are so many, but I would just have to say the feeling that I get when they announce my name for starting varsity, that's always a great feeling. Or just being on the court with my friends because they have made this year and years past just the best that they possibly can be.
Do you have any pregame routines that you have to stick to, or maybe some superstitions as a volleyball player that you got to stick to?
I always rotate between 3 different pairs of Nike socks that I try and wear the most.
And
But
if you
that's
don't wear those socks, it's gonna throw your whole game off, right? What are some future goals after high school that you're kind of setting as you look to the future?
If I can and if I am able to, I would love to play college volleyball. It has been a dream of mine since I've been in 8th grade. I've grown up playing volleyball, so it's been something that I have progressed and learned my entire life, and it's just something that I have a strong passion for. So I do want to play in college and hopefully end up getting a degree in some type of medical field.
Man, I love the ambition, medical field plus trying to be a student athlete. It's a lot of time management, but I know you can handle it. With our player profiles, we always like to give the player the opportunity to thank their support system, their support staff, and whoever's kind of helped them along the way. So the floor is yours to kind of thank whoever you want to thank at this time.
I'd have to thank my immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sister. They have been there for every game since 7th grade and all of my JO tournaments. They're always there. I'd have to thank my grandparents and my aunts and uncles because they show up to games too. They've all been a great support system, and especially my team for not only growing together but growing individually too. And of course my coaches for always pushing me to strive for the best.
You kind of had to give it some last advice for the underclassmen that are going to be in the program for the next couple of years and hopefully take it to the next level. What kind of advice would you give them?
I would give them put it all out on the court every game because you never know which game is going to be your last, and strive to do the best that you possibly can.
In the first couple months of quarantine, we were stuck in the house, couldn't go anywhere. What was your favorite quarantine activity?
Probably watching Netflix. I watched a lot of different shows and finished a lot.
What was the best Netflix show that you saw during the quarantine?
It would have to be All American, definitely. It was a great show.
Yeah, I think I've heard a lot of good things about that. It's kind of like the Friday Night Lights deal, football, high school football, and no shame in that. Binge away. Binge
Yeah.
away. You ever get judged by Netflix? Are you still watching this?
Oh yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Fourth
Jessica,
hour.
thank
Oh,
you so much for giving us your time, and we love talking to you, and we love getting to see what you do next on the court, and
thank you.
hopefully got some good things in your future.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.